Hello, Loveland. I'm Mike Meldon, and this is your Loveland Weekly podcast, brought to you by Gina Dubell-Smith, eXp Realty, and Stone Pillar Farm. Among the bustling political landscape of Loveland, a unique contender emerges in the race for city council, Deidre Hazelbaker. Deidre, a newcomer to Loveland's political scene, has boldly stepped into the arena with a mission to infuse new vitality into our city council. In a contest featuring only 3 available positions, she faces the formidable challenge of competing against 2 incumbents among her 3 opponents. However, armed with innovative ideas and an unwavering belief in the transformative power of community engagement, Deidre Hazelbaker envisions herself as a candidate poised to leave a lasting mark on Loveland's future. Join us as we delve into our recent conversation with this impassioned and dynamic Loveland resident. She seeks your support and the opportunity to advocate for your interests on the Loveland City Council. Today is Monday, September 18th, 2023.
My name is Deidre Hazelbaker, and I moved to Loveland in 2017 with my fun, loving little daughters and our dog and my husband, and we love the community here. We did move here for the schools, but we've really grown to love. I've told plenty of neighbors that multiple places I've lived, I've never felt at home, and I feel at home in Loveland, but we also were very intentional about that. Our neighbors, so I live right up the hill from historic downtown, and we were, as soon as we got here, it was December, but, I'm walking cookies to everybody. Like, we're here, I'm ready to, be involved, be a neighbor, because we just lived in, I'm one of those unique people who actually have lived on the west side of Cincinnati as well, in Sailor Park, and we just never, felt the outreach, never felt the inreach.
Right.
We never, and we didn't have kids at the time. I think kids help connect you to the community, but that was when we were very intentional when we got here.
I think that's a good point you make here, and I think that's where, nothing against the west side, but I grew up in the west side, and I think when you don't have that sense of community and then you move to one that has something like Loveland does, it makes a big difference.
It's special.
It is special.
Yeah.
And I push that a lot through my podcast and my nonprofit, but I think that some people that maybe lived here for their whole lives, not that they take it for granted, but they just don't know how truly lucky they are.
I think they absolutely know that they're so lucky,
True.
and that's why they want to protect it so much. I actually think it's a reverse. They lean into it.
I think you're right.
And I think that's what's
because
magical.
Of the people that, you're right now that you say that, because there are so many people that just want to keep giving back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good point. So, what makes you want to run for council?
So I'm running for city council because, I moved here in 2017, and there was a lot of growth over this past few years, a lot of change in our demographics, a lot of change in who is here, and some for the good and some for not, for the good. We've grown fast, so we know we have traffic bottlenecks. We know we've really developed downtown, which I do love, and I love the plans that the city has put together. There's some really magical. I encourage everybody, if I take anything away from this campaign and kind of getting out there, is to find in yourself that personal civic responsibility to just get out there and get online and look at those plans.
Great point.
Because it's magical to see the amount of people putting in the energy to make this city great. Now, on the flip side, I think since we've grown so fast and we've pushed to a level of affordability that isn't attainable for all, and I'm really an advocate for affordable housing, community spaces outside of downtown, because I think that would help alleviate some of the traffic. It would still make it as vibrant as it is. Nobody's going to not go to our downtown.
Sure.
It is fantastic. But now that it's fantastic and it's vibrant and they've got these great events, and, the city puts on these great events, I think there's opportunity to move to the other side of the river and develop there. I think there's opportunity to build, to make sure that we're bringing in affordable housing or fixing and repairing those houses that we have, and let the people that live there stay there.
Yes.
I think it's unfortunate, and I want I do this, for my kids and their future and my future. I want to stay in Loveland. I call it my forever home, but if I can't afford to live here in 20 years, then I can't. I've put on all this effort to build a community that I can't stay in, and I think that's what actually people who've been here for a while are feeling.
They're scared.
They've built this. They've the one that nurtured it. And then now they can't afford to stay here.
Yeah, what we're seeing in neighboring communities is those older neighborhoods with the smaller homes. They're tearing them down and building $1 million homes for that.
It's going to be a hard fight, but if you don't have hope and you don't have a vision for it, there's not going to be any chance for it to happen.
Right.
So I'm just excited to kind of lean into it and to make sure that we're not just building the luxury side of Loveland. I want to bring the attainable, approachable, lovable part of Loveland kind of back into it.
Sure. And what makes you, in your personalities, you're very civic-minded, I can see, and you have an outlook to give back to the community. But what makes you, as a person, what are you gonna bring to the council?
Well, I mean, I've mentioned my daughters, but, as a mom, that is just everything that you would need to own a budget and to make thoughtful choices, kind of decisions that affect multiple people. But I also owned a business for 10 years. And, during that time, I navigated the pandemic while teaching virtual school at home and, running my business. And I sold it at the end of 21. So,
wow.
I know how to manage different personalities. I've always been known as being an efficient and very tactful and resourceful, just the way I run my business, the way I run my home. I didn't grow up with a lot, but I have a lot now. And so it's one of those where I understand, the privileges that I've had, but I understand the hard work that it took. And I understand those that maybe try really hard and actually can't get to that same level of achievement. And, because there's so many systems and barriers that kind of are in their way. So I think that's what I'm bringing to the table of I can usually synthesize a lot of different personalities, a lot of different walks of life, because I've really been through the journey.
Right.
And experienced a lot of different walks of life. And so I still have that in me.
That empathy.
Absolutely.
See where people are coming from.
Yeah. And humble, I believe every human, whether they agree with me or disagree with me, are whole and perfect and creative. And I think I can usually figure out how that all can kind of work into a good fabric together. Now, it's struggle. It's tough. We're still... There's a lot of different opinions. People have different solutions, different ways to solve things. So it's always a challenge, but that is a strength that I usually can bring to the table.
So now I'm going to give you the floor, and you just say it's done with your political speech. What do you want to say to the people of Loveland that can get you to that position?
Yeah, absolutely. My plan is pretty clear. I really want to lean into affordable housing. I want to build a lively community center, and I know it's been on the plan before. It sort of sneaks in every once in a while, but it's not currently a focus. And I want to make sure that there's a place where we can all gather, we can all afford to gather there, and kind of building that out. And I also want to just encourage civic participation. I want to make sure people seek out the information that is there, because I won't lie, the city does an amazing job. If there's a plan, it's out there online at the government page. You just have to go find it. You have to dig in. But I do want to make that more accessible. I want to make it a little bit more bite-sized where, if you're working 2 jobs and you have, kids in the schools and you're running everywhere else, you don't really have time to go in and look at
watch city council meeting,
or
a 3-hour meeting. Yeah,
Exactly. I was always one that I watched them on YouTube because it's efficient for me. I watch them on YouTube. I download my agenda, and I did, go in person to a city council meeting, but it was the day before back to school. There's no way any other parent could get that into their schedule.
Sure.
Especially when we're really fortunate that we get to work from home a lot of days and things like that. So, we were able to kind of go and kind of participate in person on that one. But I do encourage whatever level, even if it's just today you didn't look at the city government's Facebook page, go look at the city government's Facebook page and see what park, story that they've shared today, or maybe, some of the new developments that they have going on. And then if you have a strong opinion about it, I do encourage you to come to city council meetings and make sure that, it's heard, but I would like to make that more accessible as well. I don't feel like you should have to have a law degree to be able to participate in some of these meetings or be able to have your voice heard.
I'm Elise Snapshafer, coming back with another Loveland High School Weekly update. This week is homecoming week, so it's a really big week at school. There's a lot of activities and themes for everyone to participate in, and it's all class versus class. Monday, it's mathletes versus athletes, and there's lawn painting after school. Tuesday, the theme is dress as your younger self. Wednesday, the theme is Barbie versus Ken's, and at lunch they're hosting Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for points for the class. Thursday, the theme is Character Day, and nighttime there's the homecoming parade, powder puff, and volleyball. So powder puff and volleyball will be at Tiger Stadium shortly following. Friday, the theme is class colors, and during school there's a pep rally with mailed cheer and tug of war, and then at night the football game is versus Walnut Hills. Saturday's the big dance from 8 to 11, and this year the theme is Tangled, so purple, gold, that kind of thing. Thank you.
In Loveland City News, a reminder that the bike trail will be closing just north of town starting October 2nd. Looking ahead in Loveland, the third annual Oktoberfest is coming to downtown Loveland on September 22nd and 23rd. I'm reading this list here. They have everything this year. Looks like it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Big Wheel 6 games, which I love. Beer Puppeteer. Whatever that is, a Stein Glide, or a Stein Slide, live entertainment, a beer garden, wiener dog races, kids zone, German swag available, and German food all over Loveland from different vendors and restaurants. There's a lot going on, so make sure you make it down there. If you need a shuttle, if you need to park at the Loveland Early Childhood Center, there'll be shuttles going from there and Shoppers Haven from 5 to 10 p.m. Is it time to replace your old mattress? Look no further. Join us at the 7th Annual Mattress Fundraiser, hosted by the Loveland Girls Basketball and Volleyball teams. Mark your calendar for Sunday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Loveland High School. We're transforming the school into a mattress showroom with 30 different mattress styles in all sizes for you to try. And that's not all. They have adjustable power bases, luxury pillows, foundations, mattress protectors, and premium sheets will be available too. They offer top quality brands with full factory warranties, all made to order, and priced below retail. But here's the best part. Every purchase benefits the Loveland School's girls basketball and volleyball team. So don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to upgrade your sleep while supporting our local athletes. If you have an event you'd like me to mention, or if you're running for local office and would like to be interviewed, please reach out to me. My email is mike@lovelandpod.com. We have something truly special here in Loveland. Thank you for listening, and have a great week. This episode was produced and engineered by On Brand Studios and recorded at Grailville, a magical place here locally like no other. Please note, the opinions expressed in the podcast do not necessarily represent the views of our sponsors or organizations.